Okay, so yeah, Claire and I were just catching up about the CDC project, and I was just gonna, do you guys mind if I share the screen with you?
Say hi to Eddie first.
Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Eddie. Oh, he's purring. He's so beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Such a good kitty. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's see. Let me find where we're going here. Let's see. Oh, just a second. How's your week been, Claire? I mean, I'm sorry, Ellen. How's it been going?
Lots of editing.
Right. Busy, busy.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, here comes Rupert. So be ready for some photo bombing here. Are you coming in, buddy? Okay, let's see. Can you guys see this now?
It just is white. Maybe it's loading.
Oh, okay. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah, it's plain white.
Oh, that's odd. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, that should work now.
Great.
Okay. So this is the final list that I submitted to the city. And it's kind of been quiet. So my hope is that Cass, who's the senior transportation analyst, is taking this back to them, and then they're going to sort through it. So in total, according to all the criteria that we needed to be possible, we came up with 6 crosswalks and 14 intersections. So
That's great. The first 4 in particular make me happy.
yeah, totally. Really nice, sweet, like bringing some life to those kind of quiet spots, and especially the school. These 3 top ones here by the school will be really nice. And then
Yeah, and it's great that there's more than 10. So
yes,
we have some wiggle room.
Right.
yeah, that was my goal, was to hand them 20 so that, you know, if they start cutting them down and changing them, we'd have that option. So, and some of them were really magical, like this one at Clark and Lawrence. This has these interesting rounded intersection corners that were amazing. They just make the intersection like a really proper circle. It was
Oh,
really
cool.
beautiful.
Okay, what? Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
What is poor condition?
That's the way that the asphalt is at the time that we submit our hope for that. So like, you know, when there's a lot of cracks or problems with it, the mural is not going to stick well, or not, it's just not going to be well. So we needed poor criteria was a major part of it. We needed it to be
Okay.
either moderate or good. And a couple of these, one of these was perfect. This is my hope, is that we can do this one at 3rd and Lincoln,
Yeah.
because it's perfect. It's but I
Yeah,
think,
that's the one that's by
REI.
and REI. Yeah.
mhm. And then, oh, let's see here, Susan. Oh, let Susan in. And then also there was one, I think it's over. There's also another, hey, Susan. Let's see.
Hi.
I hi
I
there.
couldn't get I couldn't get the link to work. Okay. Sorry.
Say it again.
I couldn't get the Zoom link to work.
Oh, darn it. Well, we're glad you're here. So, yeah, I think we'll be, let me get this fixed right now. I see it. Then there's one over on, I believe it was 4th and Madison, or maybe it was 4th and, yeah, here we go. Great. 4th and Monroe. It was that interesting kind of brand new, again, pour that's more white. So
Yeah. Really
that's
smooth.
yeah, so I'm hoping that those will be no brainers, and we'll absolutely get those in our queue. And then, yeah, down here, this was another one, 4th and Lawrence was also a rounded intersection corner. So those were just beautiful. Like if you look at them on Google Earth, you can see, they're just perfect.
Perfect canvases. For
Yeah.
Clark and Jackson, is there a meaning with the double X or is that just a typo?
No, it means there's
I
two.
think there's two.
Oh, there's two. Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, yeah, so in total, we have 6 of those. And then also I wanted to share something with y'all. This is a, let's see. Oh, it's over here. Oh, here, I'll quit sharing the screen for a second. I wanted to be sure and pass this on. I sent this to the board. And I want us to do it as well. It's just a quick little form that we can use if there's other areas that you want to suggest to the city that we create a permanent crosswalk. Again, this is like this opportunity to really advocate for crosswalks where we need them, where we see patterns that are dangerous. And given the tight criteria of whether that area that you decide needs help is either a local street or on the bus line, it may be denied for our project specifically, but it also might be approved, and which would really just further more safety for pedestrians and folks in the WIT. So it's a good opportunity.
Great.
And as those have been coming in and passing those over to the city. So
This is just for WCC people to fill out, or can anybody?
yeah, I think we want to kind of keep it internal, because again, it's like the site specifics were so tight that we don't want to kind of overload the city, and really it's kind of a community question. So yeah, it's a good point, Claire. I think it should be opened up more, but in the interest of how little time we have too, maybe if we just circulate it between us and WCAT and the board, I think that's probably best. So, and again, we don't have a lot of time. Like we need to
Yeah.
have all these in really soon. This is going to move quick. So
Great.
yeah.
I'm gonna fill one out for 3rd and Van Buren.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that people drive fast there and they're also park, and so it's just hard to see. I don't really drive, but whenever I do, I definitely avoid driving that spot because you just can't see people walking.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
It's very congested down there. It's fine. It's just that people who are driving, I would say 80% of people when on my bike are respectful, but there are people that get impatient and zoom around.
Mm-hmm.
So what's on the corner? What's at 3rd and Van Buren? I'm trying to think,
Like
put myself there.
The Subo food cart and Ninkasi.
Oh, right. Okay. Where Ninkasi is.
It's so strange going by there, all the trees in front of that house. It's still like, I still feel confused.
Denuded it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna feel extra weird in the summer when it's really hot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate they chose to do that.
Yeah, really bizarre. So
were you saying that asking for crosswalks on the places that we are gonna ask for, that needs to be on the list of things that we're turning in for intersect?
No, yeah. Here, let's pull this back up and we can check this out again as a group. The yeah, what I was saying was that if we're thinking about, as we're moving around the city and we're waiting for them to confirm our choice or our selections, we have this rare opportunity to kind of suggest where the city would finally spend some money in adding new ones and crosswalks, and they may not be part of what we need. We may not get them, but in the process, for our project, but in the process, we may be able to get new crosswalks added where we need them. So, yeah.
Yeah, the only one I think definitely there should be a slow down crosswalk, but it's not an intersection that they would ever, it's a bus route and it's at Fifth and Adams. It's people walk across there. There's no crosswalk to get to the store right there, that intersection.
Yeah, that's an obvious good place.
I'm
to-
surprised nobody's gotten hit.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, exactly. No, I mean, it was kind of startling when Claire and I started looking around for places and there was hardly any crosswalks. Like
Yeah.
what the heck's with that? And when I asked the city, they said, well, yeah, like it takes money to maintain a crosswalk. And so they're not that prevalent. It's not something you think about as costing, a lot for the city,
Yeah.
but it's part of their maintenance schedule. So
Yeah. I'd like to, there's a really nice crosswalk on First, and I'd like to see something like that right there. But with where you push the button and get across.
yes, yeah, the walk, wait thing.
Yeah.
We
slows the
need one of
traffic
those
down.
on Blair too, like Fourth and Blair.
Yes.
Those are so expensive, but they seem like they really work.
They do.
Yeah.
I feel safe
I've
using
seen
them.
them on any place where mostly I see them on streets that are super busy because of, when we bike, because I'll look for them, I'll use them to get across like River Road or First when it's heavy traffic. So yeah, they're pretty darn effective because people do stop when occasionally somebody just goes right through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have such a unique perspective, Susan, because you bike way more than any of us here do. I think I speak for myself, but you're kind of the biking queen.
I do bike every day, and
Yeah.
I do notice what people are doing and not doing on the places where I go. Yeah. It's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah.
And I love those things when it's, I try not to go biking when it's super busy with cars, but occasionally I don't have it, it happens. And I love those things that you can go to, just press that button and everything stops, like, oh, I can just go across.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Okay. Well, so yeah, I guess this is what we've got, and I'm happy to share this with you guys when if you want to put any more notes or whatnot. But this is just kind of pending. Susan, before you came on, I was telling everyone I submitted this to the city and last Thursday or Friday, and no word back yet. But my assumption is they're just kind of going through it and double checking the criteria that they assign to us. And hopefully we'll get some firm answers, because I have had a couple questions from artists saying like, well, where are the sites going to be?
Mhm.
So I'm really trying to get them, get our list locked down. And also so we can start thinking about it, because a big part of it will be, kind of connecting the dots for folks that live near places. That's I love that idea from the beginning of, Susan's in charge of the one at Fifth and Tyler, and like that kind of thing. But I think we can certainly split up and
It looks like most of them, like first, third, fourth, there are none on the west side of Blair. There are none in my neighborhood.
Yes, that is true. That is true, because there are none there. There are no possibilities there that met the criteria.
Okay.
So for instance, like your closest one would have been Fifth and Tyler, and I would have loved that. But the problem is there's not 4 streets that connect,
Right.
and there's no crosswalk anywhere. So that ruled out all of that area. So yeah, you
So
think
what about, so is Polk Street's not Polk Street is not a bus street.
right?
Like Fourth and Polk
I don't
is,
think it's a local street. I think it's considered a bigger.
Yeah. It was classified
Okay.
as a minor street, Blue Street, and there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was strange because every possibility really had to go through like 4 or 5 checks, and then most it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is a good start. We've got 6 crosswalks sorted, and I think it was 14 intersections. So that was the goal, was to start, give them at least twice as much as we needed, and hopefully then we'll get 10 out of it. So, but okay, super. Why don't we any more thoughts or comments on this or ideas?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, we'll hop on out of there. So yeah, I think we should think about meetings, and like today was kind of confusing because it was a holiday. We probably should have just taken today off, but what do you all think about just going to a 1 week on, 1 week off? So it's every other week we meet?
It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, we were doing that, and then people wanted to meet more often because of the deadline for
Art
the
walks
art.
and stuff.
Oh, okay, right. That makes sense. Well, we're in pause of that season. I think the only caveat is next week, because the 21st, we kind of put it on our tentative schedule that we would maybe do a partial review of any submissions that we received, in advance of the 28th. And I'm just
Mhm.
wondering what y'all think about that, because maybe there's more wisdom in waiting till we have them all in one place rather than looking at them 1 week apart.
Well, one thing about looking a little bit ahead is, and a lot of times this happens when you're doing a call, people often wait to the last day. I try not to, but I still do. But if you have almost none, it's a good indication you need to like push the information out. So you have a week to say, remind people we're still looking.
Mhm.
And that's often what places that do calls do.
Okay.
They let people know. But if you've got a bunch, you might not feel like you want to do a push. But that's the only, that would be what I would do. Where's my plan?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to put a little reminder in the calendar then
I'm curious, have we had people inquire? Yeah, ooh.
Oh, yeah, lots of emails coming in, questions, but yeah, we have nothing submitted yet from anybody.
Okay.
So, but I really like that suggestion. So on President's Day, which is the 21st, I'm gonna like remind everybody that there's only 1 week left. So,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it's really good to hit all the places that you've hit before.
Okay.
If I get another reminder, then I send I'll send to the groups that I usually send.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's really important. And, according to Jessica, Urban Canvas received it all. And it should be up on all of the other, let's just look real quick at Lane Arts Council.
I don't know that I noticed it, but I didn't.
Let's see. Yeah, she said it was all listed up in there. So, oh, good. Yeah, it's there. And then I was really excited. I got it into the Eugene Weekly. Did anybody see that?
Oh, thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. Yeah, that was great. It was just kind of a last minute. I thought, you know what, maybe they could feature it, and they loved the idea. So, yeah, we've had a couple of folks writing, like about that. So I pushed the submission out through email that way. So, yeah, it's pretty good. I was trying to get it on KLCC, but all those limitations about public radio ads, it's just not working. So that won't work. As far as I know, unless they call me tomorrow and have somehow worded it differently for their requirements. So yeah, we're just paused. And Claire, you got some good news about folks applying.
Oh yeah, I've just heard from folks like Dorothy and Eric who've applied or gotten our calls before that they're going to definitely apply.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm
You know.
guessing like this is such a big scope that people are really going to take their time and try to really get that $2,500 or $5,000 award.
It's a big chunk of money for a project.
Yeah, I wish I could draw well. I'd be,
I know, I would, but I don't have those skills. But
yeah, I just don't, I'm not.
I have a vision, but I don't have the
Yeah,
skills. to
yeah.
make it.
I know what I would draw if I could draw, but I can't,
Yeah,
so I won't, right? Right.
I'm trying to see if it made it to the Lane Arts Council called artist page. Did
It
you see
did.
who sent
Yep.
it?
I found it. It looks good. They've got our logo and yeah, it looks perfect. It's in the, if you go all the way to the
Yeah,
bottom,
I see it.
good.
Great.
Yep, that's awesome that that's there.
I
And-
sent it to, I think, 2 or 3 Facebook groups. I sent it to the BIPOC group,
Nice.
Eugene area, and a couple other Lane County. And I'll do that again.
Oh, perfect. Thank
If you-
you.
If you post it and I'll see it and then I'll push it again.
You mean the BIPOC artist group? I didn't look on the page before posting there, but I just posted there. And then I posted on the Boot Troop Eugene page.
Good. Yeah, I can't remember where else I did. I think there's an LGBTQ business page, but people post there, and I think I sent it there. I can't remember right now. I'd have to look at my post.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Good, good, good. Okay, well, stop. Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of scheduled it thinking that we would have a lot to see, but yeah, I get the feeling that it's going to be a big last minute push. So I think maybe if we go on track of saying, you know, we start now with the every other week, we are not on meeting, then we would resume on the 28th, which is the deadline. So my plan is just to be starting to gather everything on the 28th, which is the Monday for our meeting. And then I'll just kind of get it all into a slide formation like we did for the
Mhm.
last called artists. And, you know, I guess I just really am hoping you guys can, you know, let me know what you think. Should we, it seemed like that took a long time, you know, to make our decisions, to look at everything. It was like a 2 to 3 week process, wasn't it? Or was I guess just 2 weeks.
2 meetings.
Yeah. Okay. That's no biggie. We got it then, right? We'll just,
I'm pretty sure it was 2 meetings. Am I right?
I think,
Yeah, I
so.
think so.
It
Yeah.
was just each meeting was kind of long.
Yeah. I think we'll just have to be prepared for it to run long because it's critical. And
Yeah.
according to, like, if we're looking back at that tight schedule that I made, according to when city could do this and when we could do that, it looks like, yeah, we'll have to completely have what we need in terms of decision by March 1st. So,
Yeah.
That's the day after February 28th, right?
right. So I think, oh, I have it here already. That's here. Let me show you guys this. I have it here already. I'm just forgetting details. Here we go. Let's look at this together. Okay, so let's see, where are we now? We're here. I was thinking we would need this first round of applications, you know, we would do a review. But I think we're thinking we'll just let that go. Then on the 28th, we would be doing our first kind of looking at this in terms of a production, like where we're going to go with it meeting. And then that's what it is. I scheduled one in for Tuesday, March 1st.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think we agreed with that. We would just
I
add it.
remember we did that. Yeah.
Yep. And then that way we are in place to give the city what they need by March 2nd. That's right.
Okay.
And
That
then-
sounds good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and from there, it jumps right into the art and the right of review committee, which was interesting. I didn't know we had such a thing in Eugene, but there's that committee. And then it goes to the traffic engineer. Yeah, it's a tight schedule, but
I think we need to be realistic that we could be underestimating how long it takes anybody to apply.
what what do you mean, Ellen? Like
I mean, I think we need to have a backup plan, a backup timeline for if we don't have any submissions by the time we say that we're gonna process stuff.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's just that the end of the grant, is here. July. Here's when I have to do the proof of concept. So that's why it was so kind of like everything had to go backwards from that date.
Right?
And then all these little time dots in here for the city were what they agreed would be their minimum amount of time that they need to do their side of it. So I totally get what you're saying, though. Do you think saying that, if folks don't make that.
So I have a question in in this conversation.
Mhm.
So if there are only like 5 applications, do we just do 5 then?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. If we only have, Ian and I talked about this the other day. I was kind of worried. Well, what does it mean if we promised the CDC we would do 10, but we only could get 5? And he just said, then we only do 5. So we give
Okay.
the money back to them. And so
We have to hope that we get any. This is a huge opportunity, but we're giving people 2 weeks.
yeah, it's
I
true.
don't think it's realistic at all.
But
Well-
we don't have a way to make it different, Ellen,
Yeah,
because there's no leeway for all these committees that have to approve things.
right.
from-
Yeah, I mean, it's important, Ellen, to know that this project is in advance of any existing policy that the city of Eugene has, essentially, for street murals. Like WCAT is the first organization that's ever come to the city to ask to do this. So I think that there's a great spirit of wanting to adapt and get this done for us. And it's going to just be super tight, but there's just no other way to do it. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, I do feel comforted that I've got a lot of questions coming in every day from folks. So the word is out, and it is a short timeline. We gave them, essentially 1 short month. So that's what we got. And I'm positive it's going to be good. So
I'm of the opinion that there should have been less time allocated at the end and more time allocated at the beginning.
where would you see that possible?
A shorter period of time for painting season.
Okay. Well, essentially, though, walking it forward, all this time in here is about what the city needs, not what we can do. So for instance, this part here on May 20th, the city of Eugene begins permitting process per site. They're expressing, they relayed back to me like how complex that is on their end. And so, they have to find staffing in place. They have to create traffic safety plans. They have to talk to the businesses. They have to get the police on board, right? To just shut down an area so we can paint it. So again, like the schedule is set, not really on all what we need, because we have very limited needs in terms of, you know, getting the artist, deciding, but there's so many parts that the city has to do. So that's why there's more time on the end than on the top. So, and also the logistics too of the 10 paintings, like this was done based on the time it would need to shut down 10 places in the WIT for 1 to 2 days at a time. So you bring a really valid point though, and there's room for flexibility if we don't do 10. If we only get 5 designs that are excellent, then we can shorten the painting time and tamper down things. So, but I know
Yeah,
that,
but we could end up throwing away the entire thing because of bureaucracy.
yes, absolutely.
We
That
could
is,
end up with 0 going on because of the multiple layers of bureaucracy.
yep, it is true. However, I want you to know that Ian and I have had meetings after meetings, like placemaking meetings with the city, all the folks that I'm working with. And again, the spirit of cooperation and excitement has really been palatable and good. So it's not like we're coming around the side to the city and saying, hey, we want to make this happen, without them understanding in advance what we needed. So
None of us are muralists. I don't even draw. The idea that somebody in less than 2 weeks could envision something of that magnitude and draw it to the precision of a proposal is, I will be astonished if we get a single submission in the timeline that we have.
well,
Astonished.
but there's an important part here though. They're not being asked to produce a finished perfect design that is matched to the footprint of a location. All they're being asked to do is within a month, give us a design idea. And then the city is supposed to take that design idea, and then they have to make sure that it matches their city criteria, design criteria. And then the artist has a full month, another full month to finalize their design.
You
And
also are requiring an artist curriculum vitae, and not everybody has one,
no, we didn't.
or a portfolio. Preliminary application due, artist CV and design concept. I'm reading that verbatim on your screen right now.
Okay,
The CV is not required, but artists have the opportunity to share that if they have it.
yeah, why don't we go back and look at the actual,
Pretty sure.
yeah, let's look at the actual,
But yeah, it's a lot. I would have liked, like a 3-month call to artist period or something, but we got this really bold funding and trying to do something with it.
Right, I just think it would be a shame to not have
Yeah.
it work, and I think we should have some contingencies.
Yeah, I like that idea. I guess we'll see what kind of quality of work we get in the submissions.
trying to pull up the actual form. Because the schedule I was sharing with you is just my schedule, but we clearly made the language inclusive and welcoming to everybody. So I just had it here. Let's look at that together.
We asked for an artist portfolio and resume.
Mm-hmm. Yep, here it is. Okay. Good. Yeah, that was a real important sticking point, was that right here, mural experience is preferred but not required. Yeah, many of us went over this carefully. Let's see, here it is, right here, March 2nd through 18th, secondary review process. And then they have an entire month to finalize the design based on feedback from the city. So yeah, it's entirely feasible, and we're just gonna press on and do the best we can, so. Okay, folks, well, we have 6 minutes left. Anybody else want to chat about stuff, or?
Who did the Black Lives Matter street mural over by the federal building?
I
He
don't know.
knows more about that. I think he at least showed up on painting day. I believe that's kind of where the BIPOC Artists Collective came together around that time. But that was not like city.
Yeah, I just wondered who the artists were.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think it was not one artist, but like everybody came
Yeah.
together and helped paint,
Okay.
which I think is so cool.
Yeah. I just wanted, I thought of it and I thought, oh, have we tapped those people? That's where my mind went. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, when
I think
has,
there's more groups we could connect with. I'm definitely gonna keep thinking about that.
I don't know who did that.
I think it was the BIPOC Artists Collective.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah, I
remember
think that's why
thinking.
that collective formed.
Right. You remember that way
Yeah,
too, Ellen.
Yeah, because I was editing the Boot Troop Eugene at that time.
Just my brain's going. It's
Yeah.
trying to think of
Well,
other.
and I'm also wondering, like, I wonder if anybody knows the history of the Olive Street intersection mural in South Eugene. Like, was that a city thing, or did neighbors just do that?
I have no idea. I don't even think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's really old and
Something
faded.
like
It's
West
faded.
Eugene.
It's olive and 24, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I'm up there.
No, it's not 24th. It's more like 27th.
mm.
Because I used to live right there.
Oh, do you know the history of it?
No, no. I mean, this was more than 12 years ago that I
Yeah.
was living there.
Okay.
I think there are some news articles about it. Maybe I'll look for those.
Oh,
Because that's like kind of the only intersection mural that we have in Eugene. So I think it got a lot of attention.
Yeah, it is the only one, and it was so crazy because they didn't have really a policy for it, whereas, yeah, it's interesting.
is there not anything around the university?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we connected with any groups there?
The university.
Mhm.
Well, when I think of the university, I think that they're really connected to through Lane Arts Council. So
Okay.
yeah, that's just seems. And I know that Ian passed the thing on to
Oh, right. Yeah.
artists that he's from there. So
Okay.
yeah, I think we're really well represented, and I think some
Okay.
are turning. So
All right.
so anyway, so why don't we just then plan on we'll take next week off, and then we'll resume on the
Okay.
28th, and I'll have a slideshow for y'all, and we'll be looking at our entries.
God willing.
Yep. Cat willing, right?
Mhm.
Okay, folks. Well,
All right.
anything else?
I'm sure there is, but I don't think of it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting, oh, well, wait a second. Yeah, please come to the February 23rd, the reflections call to our future. Let's yeah, we really need everybody there. Let's show some
On my
WCAT.
calendar.
Yeah, perfect. That'll be great. Claire's going to do some posting, and the event's ready to go. So let's see everyone on the 23rd.
Okay.
Okay, good. I look forward to it. Okay.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah,
Bye.
you guys, good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.